So this is a handstand drill that you can try that helps to avoid the danger of falling over. A lot of the times in handstand classes, one of the things that we do is we'll always have a wall or a spotter available, and we don't need to worry so much then about how hard we kick up into our handstand or how much force. If it's too much, we've got someone or something on the other end that can save us. Now, this is great most of the time, but there are definitely some problems with both. We're using a spotter. Human error is always possible. People expect things to go one way when they go the other, or actually, on the flip side of things, maybe you're not learning as much as you should be because your body just becomes reliant on the spotter, and actually it doesn't put the effort into working out exactly what it should be doing by itself. Similarly with the wall, while it will stop you from falling forwards and falling down, there can be issues if your body just does a blank and you've got no idea where you are in space. Then you're at risk of crashing into that wall pretty damn hard. So it's not always ideal. So I'd like to share with you another variation that we can try when we're working on handstands. And the idea is basically just to use a metronome. Now, what you're going to do is, there's two ways we can do this. I'll show you both of them in just a second. You're going to take a metronome. You're going to do basically a little bit like a kick to handstand and or a mountain climber, a cross between that. You're going to put both your hands down on the ground, and every click of the metronome, you have to swap feet. So you've got to get one foot to swap and swap and swap. Ideally, you don't want your feet to be on the ground for too long, so this is going to encourage you to push a little bit further up into handstand. You can start with it pretty fast, and once you feel like you've got it, you've nailed it, you can do it at that speed, drop it down by about 5 or 10 beats per minute, and then try again at that speed, and maybe go for 10 to 20 reps. If you can do 10 to 20 reps where you get it bang on the click, then you've probably got that one sorted. What this is going to do is, as you get lower and lower, you're going to have to force yourself to push a little bit harder. So you got to push a little bit harder and a little bit harder, because you have to get up high enough so that you don't fall down before the next click. And that's going to be really useful for getting the pushing power into your handstand. But the other advantage to this is that you're always focusing on landing. You're never focusing on actually getting up. So even though you're pushing harder, your intention is to come back down, and you're always trying to make sure that you come back down and land. And that's really gonna be good for teaching your body how to push just hard enough so that you're always able to recover and get back. So this exercise with the leg changes is one I'd really recommend, especially right at the very start. If you're not really sure about your kick up to handstand, I'd recommend using this one. Now, the other variation that we can use is, we're still going to use the metronome, but this is for people, if you feel like you can kick up to a handstand, but maybe you can't quite find the balance, this is going to be for you. So again, you run into the same problems of, you can probably kick up to the handstand, but maybe there's no guarantee you don't fall forwards or backwards or sideways at the end. So what we're going to do here, you're going to take the metronome, and this time it can go a little bit slower probably. You're going to start standing up, and every 4 beats is 1 cycle. So with the 4 beats, you're going to take a step, put your hands down, swap feet, and land on the other foot. So it's step, hands, foot, swap. And that's how it's going to go. You just do it as slow as you can, and then once you feel, again, once you can do maybe 10 times, you're going to make it a bit slower again. This way, if you get it down quite slow, actually you're going to have to force yourself to reach the balance point very, very briefly, and then swap to come down. And that's going to be really useful for helping you get up. So try it out. Let us know what you think. If you have any other variations, or if you have any other good ways to to train handstands without being worried about falling forwards all the time, I'd love to hear it, so let us know in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.